Welcome to MacroCode. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to proceed with our help desk management system. So as you can see here, this is our login screen. So I'm going to sign in. So this will take us to the dashboard. So I want us to proceed with the permissions assignments on our application. So I notice some of you guys are raising concerns on some of the areas not being authorized. So let's just, as you can see on our screen, so this is the dashboard. So we have the number of tickets per status, the number of tickets per status based on the pie chart or bar graphs. Then you have the ticket priorities, priorities based on the bar graphs. Then you also have the tickets down here. You have the title, the description, priority status, created by, created on, the number of tickets, comments, and you can actually view. So then you have on the sidebar, we have the tickets based on the assigned status, resolved, we have closed. We also have the ticket comments, the ticket categories, the ticket subcategories, the audit trails. So everything that you are doing in the application is being tracked. So you have the error logs. So on the error logs, you can be able to see some of the errors actually before even the user reports them. So you can see you have the error log and you're actually using Elma. Then you have the system users. So these are all the users. So you can actually change the password if you want. You can also activate users. So if you go to system code, so we have our system codes here. We have the system code details. You also have the system roles. So you can see the roles here. So then you can also assign rights to each of these roles. So you can see here we are able to choose various rights. Then, for example, like HR manager, then you can manage their rights. So you can see, for example, they don't have some of these rights, and you can select everything or you can actually remove everything. So it depends on how you want to handle that. Then you have the departments. So these are all departments in the system. So you can create new departments. You have the system tasks. So these are now the actions or the rights that you are going to see today. Then you have the user profiles. These are all now the rights that has been assigned. For example, the role like client, they're able to see the dashboard, they're able to view tickets, create, and all those. Then you have the system settings. So these are all the settings in our application. And then you have the countries. So you can see you can add new countries, and also you can see the respective cities from here. Then we also have all the cities in the application. So on our previous video, we were able to handle some items on our controllers, controlling the rights. So for example, you're able to see that we were able to add, so let me just scroll up. So we were able to add these permissions, and we actually added them on the tickets. So I want us to control that today. For example, if you click add new, someone can be having rights to view the tickets, but they don't have the permission to actually create them. So I want us to add those permissions on create. So let's just go to our action called, so you can navigate to create, then you can actually add it here. So if you see we have the create, so you can add create here. And you can also add it on post and even on get method. So if you just add it here, you add it. But now this one will not work. So for example, if we just do here create test, so we don't have such a right. And if we try to access our application, we'll notice that it is actually able to access. So I'm going to show you the reason as to why that is able to work. If you do this, you'll notice that your rights permissions are not working. And some of you guys have raised that. So let's just control. We don't have this create test permission. So I'm expecting our application to give us denied access. So let's just launch it. So we notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you have not subscribed. So if you're one of them, please consider subscribing, like our video, and you can also share. So let me just sign in. So if we just sign into the application and just go to the recent tickets, then if I just click add new, we notice that it is actually giving this option. So we are able to proceed and add new ticket, and yet our permission here is not correct. So if we just leave this as create test, then if you go back to your controller, at the top of your controller, you need to actually remove this permission here. So we just allow authorized. So we just apply the permissions to actions. So for example, index, create, and the others. So if we just now relaunch our app, we should now be able to access that. So you should ensure that you remove your permissions on the top here at the controller. So ensure that you don't have any permission there. But in case you don't want to, in case you want to control that is accessed based on certain pages, for example, index, create, view, delete, such kind, and even assigned. So if we just go to the application here, and we've try to create a new ticket, you'll notice that we are now not able to do that. So if we just go to recent tickets and just click add new, you see it is now giving us access denied. So that is because we don't have such a right permission called create test. So if we just go back to our create here, just go to create. So let me just go back here to create, and we should actually rename this, instead of create test, we just do create. So if we relaunch our app now, we should now be able to create tickets. So let's just proceed and now add those permissions. So we can actually add permissions now across our application based on these actions, either it is creating, deleting, viewing, and all that. So let's just launch our app. So if you are new to this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, like our video, and also comment down below. So let's just sign in. So if I just click sign in, you'll notice that we have this dashboard. We go to recent tickets, and if we click add, then it will actually give us now the option to add a new ticket. And we can actually say testing. We provide now the permission to both get and post. So if we just do that, I'm going to save. So if I save my ticket, then you'll notice that my ticket is being saved. And you can see on the permission, I've actually added permission on create, that is on get, and also on post. So you can always do that. So that means if we go back to our ticket, you'll notice that we have these actions. For example, comments, details, edit, and reopen. So if you go back to if we check on our controller here, you'll notice that we have these items here. So you can see, we can say add comment. And you can actually check some of the permissions there. For example, that will be system tasks. So if we go to system task and we say here ticket, or we can, let's just go to system roles, then software developer or yes. Then if we check for the tickets, you can create, view, delete, assign, resolve, then comments. So here we can say comments. So that means you have the permission to add comments. We can check also assign. So if we go back to our, so you see assigned, so we can actually have the permission to assign. So then what other, reopen, do you have that permission? So you can see we don't have any permission reopen. So you can actually add that. So if we open this on a new tab, we can add another permission called, so here we'll say reopen. And we can always say here reopen. And you can come here and say tickets. You can say this maybe 10. And if we create, we'll now have that particular permission. So if we go to system roles and assign, we'll notice that we have a reopen, a permission which has not been assigned. So you can always assign it. So here we'll now have reopen. Then you can also come here and say closed. Do you have such a permission? Close. So we don't have it. So we can always create it. So let's just go back to system tasks. Then you can add a new permission called close. So you can say here close. And here we can have tickets, say this is 11. So if we add it, then we will have that way. So here we'll now come and add a permission called close. So then we also have resolved. So I think we have that. So if we go back here and refreshed, you'll notice that we have now a permission for close, resolve. So we'll have that here, resolve. Then let's just check edit. Do you have such a permission? update. So that is our permission. We'll add it here. We'll call this update. Check for the other ones. Even on the post, we can add it here. Update and delete. So I don't know if we have that delete. Yes, you can add delete here. So you'll say here delete. Then we can also have so delete permission here. I'm going to do delete. Then we have, I think that is it. So we've added all the permissions now on our actions. So you can see all our actions now have permissions. So you can go ahead and do that. So here I'm going to add it. So you can add it on both post and get actions. So here tickets assign. So you can do here assign. Then for reopen, you can always do reopen. So you can see this one you can do view. So then resolve. So here you can say here view. So these are resolved tickets. So you can come here. These are closed tickets. So you can always add someone has to view. And you can even separate whether you want to have a different permission for closed, assigned tickets. And so this one will be view. So this is actually viewing the assigned tickets. So you can also have a separate permission for only those who can view the assigned tickets. So you can do the same to, for example, audit trails. So you'll ensure that you remove the permission at the top of the controller. Then we have it on only on the actions. So if we just do that, I can also have here view. Then on create, so here we are not creating anything, so we can just leave that. For the cities, you can also remove that. And so if we check on the cities permission, so we have view and create. So if we come down here, we can, on the details, we can say this is a view. On create, then we can add now our create permission. So we can say create. Then we can also add it on post. So you can have it here, create. So the same case for comments. So you remove it at the top of the controller. Then here, just have for the comments, let's just check the right. If you just see comments, so let's just go back here. Comments, you have the view, create, and update. So if we go to ticket comments, so you can say you should be having the view permission. So let me just undo that. So you can copy this and go back here and just say view. Then you also have details. You can have the view. For the create now, we have it we assign it our create permission. Then you can also have for the post, you can also assign it create permission. Then for the edit, we can also have update or edit. So you can say here update. So if we just do update, so let's just do here update. That's okay. So for the countries, we can remove the permissions here at the top. Then we can add them at the, so country cities, we can do view. We can also have details, we can do view. We can also have, for the create, you can add create. You can add create. For the post method, you can also add here create. So then we can also have here update. So then if we go to edit, you can also do here update. So you should have those permissions. Ensure that you have them. Then you go to departments, remove them here. So then I'm going to add, for the details, I'm going to have here view. Then I'm going to add, so you can add it on create here as well. So you can do here create. Then you can also do here on post. You can have it create. Then I'll just do here also create. So this we can do it as update. Then you can also do here edit, or you can do update. So then we have our roles. So you can also remove this here. Then on roles, we can have it here as create. So you can do create. So I'll add it here as create. Then for the system code details, I'll also remove the permissions here. Then I'll just go to details. I can do here view. On create action, I can also do here create. Then on here, on post, I can also say create. Then I can also do on edit, I can do update. Then I can also add it here as update. Then for the system codes, I can also remove this here. So I'm actually adding it on all the actions on our controller that are very important. So you can also do the same to your actions and let me know if it works. So if I do that, then I'm going to remove this and also do here create. So ensure you don't have any permission at the top of the controller here. So just apply it on the specific actions. So if I just go here on the edit, I can do update. Then I can also do here update. Then I can also do here, so we don't have delete. So let's check on settings, also remove it at the top here, add it on details. So here we have the view. Then you can say here create. Then you can also have it on our post method. We can do here create. Then you can also add it on our action here as update. You can also have it here as update. So you can do update. Then you can also have it here as delete. So for the system task, we can do the same thing. So I'm going to add the permissions on our system task. On create, you can do here. So let me zoom in so that you're able to see. You can have here create. Then we can also do here on our post. So let me zoom it a bit. So you can do here create. Then we have it here update. You can do update. Then you can also do here update. Then on delete, you can also do here delete. Sorry, so if we do delete, that's cool. Ticket category is the same thing. So you'll just do here on details, you can say view. On create, you can, and it depends on how you've actually named your permissions. So mine, it's actually create and modify and view. So you can always assign it based on how you name them. So I have update. Then here I also have update. Then you have the tickets. So I think we had done tickets. So ticket subcategories, you can also remove this here and you can have it here. So if we say view, then you can also say here view. You can also say on create, then you can say here create. You can also add it here as create. Then you can also add it here as update. You can also add it here as update. So that is our ticket subcategories. So you can also do profiles. So you can remove this. Then you can also do here You can say here view. You can also say here view. You can also do view for the user rights. Then you can also do here create. So here you can say create. Then you can also do here create. Then these will be modify. This you can do update. Then these will be update. So then users, you can also remove this here. Then you can do here view. You can also do here post, that is create. And also for our here you can also say, so you can have these as change password. So you can have such a right. So you can also have these as change password. You can have these as change password. And also you can have these as activate user. So you can say activate user. So not all users can activate users. So you can have these as different rights. So you can say activate user. Then yeah, I think that is it. So you can also have here, the year has update. So I think that some of the rights that I wanted us to see. So if we just launch our app now, we should now be able to access our application based on the rights that you have been assigned. So if you're new to this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We notice 90% of you guys are watching our videos and you've not subscribed. So, and also if you need the source code, you can claim the source code. You can also buy us coffee if you feel we are actually making a difference. You can also buy us a coffee. So if we just launch our app now, we should now be able to actually access some of the pages based on the rights. And this now goes a long way in ensuring that we restrict the permissions and also control what the users are able to see. So if I just sign in here, I'm going to sign in. So if I sign in here, then let's just sign in. So there we go. So if we, for example, go to departments, so you'll realize that we are able to access, and also if we click add, then that is okay. So you can see we are still able to access for roles, we can add. And for example, somewhere that we don't have the permissions that we created, for example, if I just come here and say change permission, I should receive access denied because we don't have that permission. So if I just go to system roles, and actually it should be system tasks, and add new, then assign, I say now I should assign the change password permission, this one, so which we had not created. So I can add it here, and I can say here tickets, I can do here maybe 3. So if I create it, oh no, we've actually assigned it to the wrong thing. So if I just say here change password, we do here 10, and this one we say users. So here you can say users, system users. So if I create it, then that should be there. So if we just go to system tasks and assign, then we go to users, system users. Where is it? System users. You see, we have this now permission called assign. So we can now, you see, we added this wrongly in our database. So we actually need to remove that. So if we just go to our database, we can go to system, our DB, sample help desk. Then if we just go to roles, that is system tasks, we should actually remove that particular permission that we've added. We have added a change password wrongly in our so this in our tickets. So if we select So we should be able to see all those system tasks. So you can see here, we have all of them here. So you see, this is the one that we should remove, 1061. So you can just do delete. So you can do delete from system tasks, where ID equals to 1061. So if we execute that, then it will actually remove that particular right. So that is, you see, it is already removed. So we can assign ourselves, so software developer, which is our role. So we can assign ourselves all the permissions. So if we do that, then log out. So every time you access the you are assigned new permissions, you should actually log out. So I'll just log out, and if I sign in now, then go back to system users and try to change password. I should now be in a position to change password. So you see, I'm now able to change someone's password because I have the right. So I think that is it for today. I'm going to leave it there for today. And if you're new to this channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and see you in our next episode. Bye.